The greatest Royal Rumble. This match card right here, this has WrestleMania caliber written all over it. I mean, we're getting a steel cage match. We're getting a ladder match. We're getting, for the first time ever, 50 men competing in a Rumble. I want to give you the top 4 candidates that stand out for me. Kurt Angle, Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman, and Rey Mysterio. Now, Braun Strowman, I'm sure that's a safe pick for a lot of people. I mean, this guy is a monster. There is no doubt that he's going to eliminate 50, maybe even 75% of the contenders in there, but I do see someone smaller. And Rey Mysterio, look, I know Rey Mysterio, he's kind of showing up every once in a while. He doesn't have a full-on contract. I want to let you guys know that right now. He's kind of like very similar to Chris Jericho. And mainly because of that, I don't see them giving that to someone that just comes in and out. I think 2019, though, there is a lot of talk about him coming on like full-time, full board. So really excited to see Rey Mysterio on the regular schedule. But again, that's more of next year. Kurt Angle, this is more of a guy that you would pick. This is, okay, one thing I've noticed about his return is that anytime that they need to put people on those seats, Kurt Angle has been that guy. But I think what they're going to try to do here is that they're going to try to bring back what was basically, really, I mean, Daniel Bryan way back, prior to him getting or going into retirement, this guy was, I mean, he's still over. I do see that. And I think this would be a great way to put him back into that position. Now that some of the big guys from SmackDown have moved over to Raw, Daniel Bryan, I do kind of see him being the workhorse along with AJ Styles too, of course. There's no doubt. So right here, Daniel Bryan, I do see him picking up the win for and I know you're saying, what about the Punjabi Playboy, man? Look, Great Khali, yes, he will also be part of that Rumble. But again, he's just going to be mainly there for show. This guy is just a mastodon. This guy is huge, right? So throwing him into the mix, again, he'll probably be in there maybe a total of 5-6 minutes. The guy has a really tough time standing, let alone walk, let alone winning an actual match. Now, the Cruiserweight title, Cedric Alexander is going to take on Kalisto. Kalisto, I think, is just mainly a filler as of right now. I mean, again, they're trying to figure out that whole 205 Live division ever since some of those guys that, well, you guys know, right? Enzo, and I'm not going to get crazy into detail, but what's going on with this belt, man? I feel like anybody that has held this belt recently, like they're either getting released or they're getting in some kind of trouble. So I do see this belt right here staying on Cedric Alexander. That'll most likely be kind of like a kickoff show. Now, right here, the tag team match. This is for the SmackDown tag team titles. We have the Usos taking on the Bludgeon Brothers. Now, I'm going to say one thing about the Bludgeon Brothers, right? These guys, wow, like literally every single night that they've come out, they're treating everybody not even like jobbers. I know we talked about this in the past, but these guys are basically treating any competitor that they're going up against as hometown heroes. They've been so dominant. Like, these guys are just unstoppable. I mean, look at those belts, dude. Those belts look awesome on these guys. I don't see the Usos, at least not yet. Maybe a little bit down the road, but I'm definitely going to have to go with the Bludgeon Brothers for them to retain the SmackDown tag team titles. Now, right here, for the Raw, let's move Brock Lesnar. We got to talk about the main event more towards the end. For Raw, I do see, okay, look, as you guys know, Sheamus and Cesaro, they've been moved over to SmackDown. Hold on. They were on Raw. Now they've been moved over to SmackDown. So to me, it wouldn't make sense. And I know that there's a whole thing with like the pay-per-views where they're going to have like SmackDowns or the superstars of SmackDown as well as the superstars of Raw competing all on the same pay-per-view. But regardless, I don't know. It would be really confusing for Sheamus and Cesaro to win those Raw tag team titles while they're on SmackDown. I don't know. I guess we'll find out more as the months progress because that's basically what's going to happen here in 2018 going forward. So I'm definitely going to go with the Woken Warriors, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy to win because right now they are up in the air, right? Nobody is holding the tag team titles. So I do see, yes, the Woken Warriors is what they're calling them, right? Now, right here, this is a fatal four-way, right? This is a ladder match. We're getting Seth freaking Rollins against Finn Balor, against Samoa Joe, against The Miz. The Miz, he's also been drafted, right? The Miz has been drafted, and right now, okay, as of right now, the IC title kind of stands as the Raw title, or the mid-card Raw title is what it is. And let's see. So now that that's basically been set, that's kind of going back to the whole thing with like Sheamus and Cesaro. I don't see Joe winning it. I mean, again, the guy has been moved over to SmackDown, as well as The Miz. So I'm kind of counting both of these guys out, mainly because of that. And again, mainly because of the whole confusion as of right now as to how it's going to everything play out with, like the pay-per-views being combined or whatnot. So I'm definitely eliminating those two out of the equation. But right here, excuse me, Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, these guys have been great friends as of late. But, when it comes down to the gold, when it comes to someone becoming champion, of course, that's going to basically split anybody up, right? And, Rollins, he's finally captured. He is finally, a Grand Slam champion. Balor, I'm going to say out of all four, he's the one that mainly needs it the most. I do see Balor, capturing the title. And of course, right, if he does bring that demon attire, and I always say this every single time, that's basically a given. But regardless, whether or not he does bring it, I do see Balor capturing the IC title. Now, right here, we have Jeff Hardy taking on Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal did lose the title when he got drafted the very first night on that whole WWE Superstar shakeup. He did lose the title to Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, I do see him actually hanging out to this title for a good while because one of the pay-per-views that's actually coming up here pretty soon in the near future, it's going to be Money in the Bank. I do see him actually retaining this title all the way up until then, and I can actually see this. I think this would look awesome. Drop it in the comment section if you guys would actually like to see Jeff Hardy not only carry that U.S. title, but also the Money in the Bank briefcase. Super early prediction on that whole pay-per-view, but right here, this man is going to win that. There's no doubt. He's going to go on later 2018 and compete for that WWE title. Now right here, as we all know, Shinsuke Nakamura, he has turned heel, right? He has gone to the dark side, and one of those things that needed to happen. I mean, there's other superstars that definitely come into mind that could definitely, definitely succeed by them turning heel. But Shinsuke Nakamura, this is probably one of the greatest things that has happened on the SmackDown, the whole show, the whole roster right here. Look, it was sad. It was WrestleMania when he just completely went dirty. He went down south on AJ Styles in a bad way, right? Gave him a devastating low blow. He's going to do some dirt. He's going to definitely do a dirty tactic to where he's going to capture. He's going to finally capture. And I know a lot of people were saying this should have technically happened at WrestleMania, but it's going to happen here this Friday. There's no doubt. Come on, look at this. This looks awesome. I know a lot of people are not enjoying heel Nakamura. I do. I think he's actually pretty funny on the mic with that whole don't know how to speak English, right? That had to be dying. Now right here, Rusev. Rusev is taking on the Dead Man in a casket match. Now this right here, you guys, this is basically putting Rusev into the spot where Vinnie Mac has been trying to put him for quite some time now, right? Now he was burying him like in night in and night out, because I mean the guy still has yet to get over, at least with Vinny, right? So he's definitely like physically burying the man. Undertaker's not gonna lose, especially in a casket match. Come on, this is kind of like a given right here for the Dead Man. Now John Cena and Triple H, they are having a match, and this is kind of just basically thrown in there. There's really, I really haven't seen any promos for it. At least, nothing to build up this match to where it really means anything. I think it's more of like a part-timer taking on another part-timer. That's what these two are, right? These two, they've been in the game for a good while, and it is cool to see these guys go up against each other regardless whether there's an actual storyline or not. But I would have liked to see some kind of build-up for this. Then again, this whole pay-per-view, there really hasn't been a build-up. This pay-per-view literally came out of nowhere. I think they just worked out a deal with Saudi Arabia, and they're like, man, we got to put something together real quick. Now this right here, all right, if you didn't hear about what happened with Brock Lesnar. So there's actually already talk about his contract being extended past this pay-per-view. This man, he's bringing in close to $130,000 just to show up on Raw. He doesn't have to do anything crazy. He doesn't have to have a match. And, that's nuts. I can only imagine how a lot of these guys feel. The big dog, look, it's a steel cage match. If the big dog, for some reason, ends up winning this match, it's mainly going to be, it's not going to be by pinfall or submission. There's no doubt that it'll most likely be by escape. But I still see, I don't know. Now that he's kind of extended his contract, I do still see Brock Lesnar retaining the title. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We'd definitely like to hear, some of the matches that you're most excited for, as well as some of the winners for these matches. Until next time, everybody.